Welcome back to Speletons. I'm Zinker. He's Derek, and this is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Explorers of
Zinker,
dankness.
you know the way you worded that last
Rescue
episode
Team DX.
of like, you tell your coworkers stories about me and like to terrify them. Now I can think it's like next year I come or like when I come up for ConnectiCon, like and we ultimately end up at your work for something or another.
Yeah.
I'll like walk through and like everyone will like shut doors like as I like walk by like
What doors are they shutting?
like I don't just like I don't know, Zinker, like old saloon shutter doors. They'll find something. They'll like dive under a desk. They'll like like crouch behind the
There's
counters.
no saloon there.
I'm just saying, Zinker. I can imagine.
Saying a lot of things.
The image what you described conjured up to me was me walking through there and people like trying their best to hide in whatever available position they can find among the area.
Cabinets. Oh, cool, another set of execute. When will I stop getting execute? Never. Just a lot of execute.
So I had kind of a neat thing happen the other day.
Okay.
On my Instagram. I wish.
I'm gonna have to name that episode "Child Kicking." No context to it. Just child kicking. Yeah. I agree.
I was trying to think of another name of like for it, something along the lines of like Zinker's best day of work kicking a child or something.
Yeah.
But
I have kicked a lot of children.
Zinker
Particularly that one.
Zinker kicked a child.
Yeah, I've kicked a few children in my day.
No, I had one of my posts on Instagram like it blew up in the scope of my following. I don't have a big following on Instagram, but for the following I do have, the post kind of exploded. That was neat.
That's nice.
Never had something do that. I'm a little, so it was so like generally like if I get like 100 likes on a photo, like that's a lot usually. Previously my most liked photo was like I think like 175.
Okay.
It also had I think like 40 saves too. Like
Okay.
albeit it was a photo of me as Kasumi stepping on my friend shortly after her Phantom Thief outfit was revealed. Like within like the week it was.
Nice.
So I think that's partially why. Though
Nice.
it still gets likes. Someone literally just commented on it the other day.
Ooh.
I think it's actually the only comment on it. Yeah, it is. Which is a little weird, but this post was made April 29th, like last year. So like
April 29th.
It's been 10 and a half months.
Okay.
It still like occasionally gets a random like, but anyways, like that was the most like photo I have, and it still has the most reach. But I shared a photo of me as Byleth pretending to basically like Naruto running at Katsukan through like a hallway. Which and like the entire photo is blurry. I have like motion blur, but the rest of the photo is also a little blurry too.
Okay.
So it's like kind of like a shitty photo, but like
Right.
it's a meme because like in the game you can run around at the speed of sound.
Rumor tag. I get scared
And,
without it. Please, I
so,
need
like, the
some
other photo got-
cooperation. Alright, sorry. Keep going.
The other post got the Kasumi post got like 175 likes. This one ended up getting 414 so far.
Jesus Christ.
And, like, I have 491 followers, so I had almost as many likes on it as I do followers, which is just like that's what's bizarre. Like 413 likes is not a lot at all for like a lot of people, but like for me it is.
Yeah.
That's why it's special.
Okay.
It had like 28 shares, like 50. It had 50 saves. 50 people saved it. I don't know what they're saving it for.
Oh, no one can win focus blast. That's sad.
It made, I saw it and like I kept like it did the first like the day I posted it did like nothing, and then like I went to bed and like I woke up and like I kept waking up. I kept periodically like waking up or like waking up and going back to sleep, and every time I'd wake up it had like 60-ish new likes.
Oh wow.
I woke up twice to seeing it say to seeing a notification for 69 new likes, and like it was just great because I got to wake up twice and go nice.
Derek, you wake up, you see your post, 747 likes. Shit.
Makes a new account just to like it.
That brings it up to 747 likes
actually,
total.
What?
The math may not add up there, but there's nothing you can do about that.
I have another. I can use my photography account to fix likes if it ever gets to that number. I can either add one if it gets to the number, or take one, or like if I like it and then it gets to that number, then I can take one away. To put it down one.
I hacked your account so it always adds exactly enough likes, or takes away exactly enough likes to make the number total 18.
But it was interesting because for one thing, I was like, I saw it, or when I saw it was like getting like a ton of likes, I was like, oh cool, like it's like really cool to see like a post actually like get like a ton of attention, because like most of my things had been getting like absolute dog shit for a while.
Yeah.
And not that I care, I really don't care that much about it, but like I just like seeing interesting statistics and metrics, which is like one of the things I like about Instagram is because you can see all sorts of like other additional statistics and whatnot, and
right,
you know, like saves and shares and whatnot, and it made me a little sad to think about it, because I thought about it, I was like, man, I post some stuff that like I put like a lot of work into, like editing and whatnot, or like setting up for and whatnot, and setting up. And like I spent like hours on, and it does like absolutely nothing. And then I post this blurry meme photo that's like that's like not even in focus, but like you get the gist of it just by looking at it, and then it does like really well.
Yeah, no, there's no reason to be upset about that. So everyone that's following, like you probably gained a lot of people following you just from having a.
I haven't gotten a single follower from it, by the way.
Oh.
I legitimately got 0 new follows that entire time. That was the thing I was getting to.
Well, maybe you will in the future.
So,
you know what, Derek? But you still might have more people looking at your stuff, follower or not.
True, I guess. I did get some like. I guess I did get like a couple of likes on like some other random posts. But that was the other thing too I was gonna get into is interesting thing about having a post that blows up. Just because you have a post that blows up does not mean you're going to get anything. You're not going to gain any new followers. That's like I know it's a common thing on Twitter where I've heard stories of people who get like they'll make a tweet that like gets like shared by like all sorts of like famous people and whatnot, and like it gets like hundreds of thousands of retweets and whatnot. And at the end of the day, they get about 100 maybe new followers at best. But like they could have like hundreds of thousands of people like viewing it and retweeting it and stuff.
Right.
And like even like getting like 100 for something like that from something that gets like that much attention is like a stretch, really. Usually, or like usually if something blows up, people see it and they don't really look at like who the account was or like what else they've done. Usually they just look at the one thing, they're like, oh, it's real good, share. Or like what ends up happening is other people get attention for it by like sharing, and then they get shares and whatnot too.
did
of
not
the
realize you
28
could push
shares
enemy
on the
buttons.
post, only
That's interesting.
of the 28 shares on that post too, only one of them was actually to someone else's story. So one of them was mine as well, sharing it to my story. So 26 of those were just someone's sending that photo to someone else they knew.
Oh! Oh, that's nice.
That was probably someone. Well, to which that was probably someone looking and going, nice, and then that's the end of that.
Yeah, like when you sent stuff to me.
Yeah, basically, but
Holy shit!
I know.
They gave me 5,000 gold. Fuck! Why are they rich?
I wish I had I do wish I had a better or like I wish I had a better following count or follower count on Instagram, solely just because I love using it for social science and social experiments.
Right.
And I need a larger sample size. I need a larger, more diverse sample size, and I don't have it.
Okay. Weird flex, but okay. That's right. Called you out on it.
Okay.
I don't know if it was a weird flex or
Also,
not.
according to these statistics, most of the people who saw that post, the buy list post from me, were from hashtags. About 75% of the people who saw it saw it from hashtags.
I didn't realize
so like
Instagram
they probably
had
were just
analytics thing like YouTube does.
You have to make if you have a personal account, it doesn't. But if you switch to a business account or a creator account, then it does.
Makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I have it set. I switched when the second the moment I learned that it has that system, I immediately tried to figure out how to get it.
Alright, I guess we're not getting the chest on Mount Steel. That's sad.
I love seeing statistics and stuff.
But I'm gonna do all those jobs. This is gonna be just a one super long episode. We're not gonna do a lot of story. Then I think the half an hour long episodes we've been doing is pretty fair. Because this game can get kind of grindy. It can get grindy real fast. I don't, you know.
Speaking of grinding, I'm making a knife. No.
Speaking of Derek making a knife, I need to stab myself in the throat. Got him!
The other thing too, it's the cool thing too about this knife. I was playing around with the steel bar. I posted this to my Insta story too. I'm also like documenting making this on my Instagram story basically too. Right. The last couple times the last two times I was cutting metal, I live streamed it. And
we're actually back at the knife. God damn it.
I didn't expect it. I honestly expect this to happen, but I guess it did. I don't know. I was just saying I'm like documenting doing it.
Whoa! Oh my god!
I was playing around.
Derek
That's
is
what I was
level
saying.
15.
I'm burly.
What the hell does
I was
that mean?
playing around with the metal, the steel chunk, basically, and I was slapping my punching bag with it, because it's so like solid and like pretty weighty too. It just feels really good to hit stuff with it.
Okay.
It's got so much like energy to it. That's about it. It's fun. If you've never hit something with like a steel rod or like a heavy steel rod or like a in this case a flat steel rod, I recommend it. It's so cool just to feel the force from it, like the impact.
Okay, that's weird. Boy, you didn't see anything. There was like a small moment where like Pidgey did like a little majestic little spin, like a ballerina spin.
Nice.
Cause I pushed him. I don't know what the fuck it is.
It's like I don't like to me this is just like something I've like experienced. It's just been like natural to me because I've had to do it a lot. But like if you ever like split wood with an axe or even better, do wedge split wood. Wedge splitting wood is so satisfying. What you do, so like, you know how the Zinker, you know how you can split an axe, or split a wood with an axe by just, you know, you swing the axe and just chop through the wood.
You can split an axe. You can split your friend.
You can split an axe with an axe.
You can't split your friend's nose.
Not with that, dude.
Name that kind of reference. Dun 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 dun. Not the evolution theme.
I don't know what the reference is.
The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy's. You can pick your
That's
friends.
exactly why.
You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. My response has always been, "Oh yeah, watch me." What are they gonna do? Stop me?
My finger's already in their nose. They can't. They have. There's nothing they can do about it.
I think my favorite quote from the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy is, I don't know why I've always enjoyed this so much. It's just like the first episode, Billy fights like a bunch of zombies. That was the pilot episode, and to do so, no, that's not the first episode, but it's like one of the first episodes. Sorry. And he grabs a stick, and then like Mandy's just watching from the window, and it's like a stick. Billy's gonna fight off a horde of zombies with a stick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why. It's just how she says it. That's so funny. It's just like, it's one of those lines, and it's like.
I can do it.
Yeah. Plus, I don't know if that's the exact thing, but there was it is just funny. Oh, that's a bad toy. Oh, that's a Tyro using fake out.
But so I was saying about wedge splitting. So yeah, you can, you know, you got your standard, you know, like if you're just gonna split a piece of wood with an axe, just, you know, swing the axe, split the wood, whatever. If you have like a really big ass piece of wood, like, you know, it's like 1.5 diameter, or like 1.5, 2 foot diameter.
Right.
What you do is, rather than just an axe won't do. You're never gonna get through with just using an axe. So what you can do is you take like a metal, you take like a steel spike, basically like a steel wedge, like a big ass steel wedge.
Yeah.
It's you know what a wedge is shaped like. And you
say I do.
You take like you pat it down into the wood a little bit, drive it into the wood just a little bit, and then you take a sledgehammer, you bash it into the wood, you drive that wedge down the wood, and it splits the wood. That's one of the most satisfying things on the planet. Hitting a steel wedge with a sledgehammer. The sound it makes, the feel, just like that, all that impact of like an 8-pound sledge hitting the steel wedge, driving it through a piece of wood. It's so good.
What about doing
That's one
that
thing I like. I don't like.
to a
I hate
child
where I
that
live,
stole a gator?
but like Zinker, let me tell you, it'd be very satisfying.
Probably.
Make a very.
Oh, there's a Geodude. The Geodude's gonna kill Tyro. Not if I have anything to say about it.
That is one thing I actually do like about where I live, is because like we heat our house with wood, and like we have to gather wood every year and whatnot. One of my favorite things to do on the fucking planet is to just split wood with an axe. I could do that. If I could just be a lumberjack, I would, but that's not profitable, unfortunately.
What do you mean it's not profitable? I know someone does lumber work. Works out very well for him.
Yeah, but like, I mean, I know some people. I actually do know some people who do just do like lumberjacking. But the lumberjacking has advanced in recent centuries. Zinker, actually, just this last century, really.
Lumberjacking has advanced recently.
It's really been like this like last century and a half, really, that it's come a long way. But I guess a lot of things are like that, really. In this last century, century and a half, a lot of things have come a long way compared to what they were. But
I thought the stairs were in
like
the room of Skitty. Oh.
like the 1870s, like maybe 150 years ago. When you think about it, I always think that's interesting. But anyways, I highly recommend you never split wood with an axe, do it, and then find a steel wedge and sledgehammer and a bigger piece of wood. Split that bigger piece of wood with the wedge and the sledge. Wedge and sledge, as they call it.
The old wedge and sledge. Alright. I'm very tired now.
You ever swung a sledgehammer, Zinker?
Yes. I remember the context.
Okay.
But I honestly feel like there was a person on the other end of that swing. Well,
like I
man,
mean,
I wonder if they're okay.
were you hitting them with it? Were they just like on the other end watching? Like, were they?
I'm not sure. I actually have swung a sledgehammer before, though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
I love doing that kind of stuff. It's like one of the few like physical manual labor work activities that I really like doing.
A sledgehammer either at a person or a thing you're trying to bust down. I'm not sure which it was.
Busting makes me feel good, let me tell you.
Busting makes me feel good. Anyhow, as I was saying, it's definitely the last one for today. I am tired. Since I got my wisdom teeth out, my sleep schedule is all whack. I'm either like going to bed at like 5, waking up at 2 a.m.
Wickedy whack.
Or I'm going to bed at like 10 p.m. and waking up at 6 a.m. It's which is whack for me. It's not. That ain't normal. I like how that Wurple gave me a violent seed. It's like, here. This is what I use when I'm picked on at school. Like, good job, Wurple. You don't let those kids beat you up.
Here's an angry seed.
Wurple knows what it's like to swing a sledgehammer.
If you ever just want to go ape shit.
Yeah, I just want to go ape shit bananas. Ah, man. That was me yawning. Clunk. I don't think this mail is anything useful.
I've used a sledgehammer for splitting wood, obviously, which is a fun context because anytime you can swing a sledgehammer with like full force, like your whole sole goal is to just deliver as much force to your target as possible. That's when it's real satisfying, when you can like do like a full like swing from like behind your back, like arc. I also have really good accuracy. I've split wood so much and like swung a sledge so much. I have really good accuracy too. So like I'm actually like really good at sledging. I'm at good at axing and sledging. Takes a lot of practice to be accurate. Swinging a heavy thing over your shoulder.
You just tell someone who's more knowledgeable on the subject, just like no, you're wrong. They just.
I know more than you.
You don't.
I think that's a Parks and Rec reference.
The common term "I know more than you" is a reference to that.
Yeah, it's like that one guy from Parks and Rec that everyone likes to meme that is like
that guy.
He's like yeah, he's like that guy. He's like I don't watch Parks and Rec. Anyways, I've just seen the meme of him a couple of times. But
you're a meme. Next time on Speletons.
I've also driven. Oh, okay.
Well, that sucks. That's the end of the session, kiddos.
I've driven stakes too. Not as fun.
Bye.
I've also dug graves.
Okay.